Someone said let's pull up loco. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it out, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. But for now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud. Can't touch down.
Yes, my peoples, man, big up yourself, big up the whole metric community. You know we're always here like we was yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. Let's get it. Set this phone up so you know if any sort of bombers come true, we're going to see it straight away. Let's get into these Newcastle fans. These Newcastle fans are pissing me off. They don't know what they're doing. Let's get into it. Let me show you what they've been up to. They're out here crying up themselves. And I like a few Newcastle fans. A few Newcastle fans are part of the metric community. So I don't know why they're moving like this, but they're proper balling. Let me show you what a few of them are saying now. Look at this now. Let's get into it. Let me share my screen with you lot so you can see what's going on.
It's happening again. Alexander Isak's saga is happening again.
Let me know if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, let me know.
Tonali expects to be able to leave Newcastle this summer. The midfielder and the midfielder's representatives believe they have a gentleman's agreement with the club. If Newcastle fail to qualify for Europe, he can leave the club. Who else had a gentleman agreement? Alexander Isak.
I know it hurts.
Allow it. Get copyrighted in that. He's safe. He's burning the top. These guys are just crybabies, bro. They don't know that they're a small club.
Why does this football club do it ourselves? We've got players like Sandro Tonali, and we're just going to let him leave. And you can't even blame him. What are we actually doing to ourselves, man? Look, I thought Isak was bad. I always liked Isak as a footballer. Obviously don't like him now, but that was hard to take at the time it was. And this was before we sold Isak. I mean, literally, I don't think I love a man more than Sandro Tonali. And I know he's going to leave this football club. I mean, in that article that's reported by local journalists, just bear in mind, local journalists are never wrong because they barely get any information. If they're reporting information, it's essentially like the club reporting it.
Tantamore.
One more season, man, Sandro, please. Look, I think he's gone. I don't think his head's been in it recently. That's why he's had bad performances. And a player of his caliber shouldn't be having bad performances. He is the best midfielder, footballing midfielder I've seen play for this club. And as much as I could be salty and say he's nowhere near as good as Bruno Guimaraes, as an all-round footballer, he is better than Bruno. One more season. It's obviously not went well this season. You obviously could play for a bigger club, but back the club that's backed you when you had that gambling ban. These fans stood around you like you were Jesus Christ himself. Don't do it to us, man. I genuinely, if what Isak done to us, if this happens a game of Sandro Tonali, bearing in mind, for me personally, my favourite player ever to exist, I think I'll fall out with love of football. I'm being deadly serious. I don't think I'll have any affiliation to football. I won't be able to handle it.
Big man, it's over, buddy. He's gone. Yeah? Tonali's missing, bro. I'll tell you like that for free. And like he said, one thing he did say in there that was very true. And to be honest with you, he kept it real. A lot of them other ones are literally, he's shit. Tonali's rubbish. They literally changed their whole tune. How can you be going to Man U? That's a sideward step, they're saying. Newcastle to Man United is a sideways step, which is crazy. But he's kept it real when he's saying, bro, I think he's going to go. And the local journalist who it came up from is Craig Hope. Craig Hope is the Newcastle journalist. When they give you info, that basically comes from the club. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So there's some sort of newspapers like Craig Hope, etc. When they come out here and they say things, it's come from their club, more or less. So that's what he's saying, why it's 100% true. So it is where it is. We'll see what happens, man. But Tonali, it seemed like it's going to happen. Let me show you.
Do you know what I don't like?
Said. He's made a good point because a lot of the Newcastle fans are coming out here now and saying, let's just take our 100 million for Tonali and then keep it moving, basically. Let's not do what we've done with Isak. Remember, Isak, they were saying he's not for sale until the last 2-3 weeks of the window, and then they sold him anyway, and then they was running around trying to get another striker. Sesko turned them down. They didn't know what to do. They were going for people. So a lot of Newcastle fans are sitting there going crazy. Let's just go out there and sell him on the first day of the window straight away. And this guy kind of puts it clear.
About what Newcastle fans are saying about Sandro Tonali and the transfer window coming up. If we're selling Tonali, we need to sell him on day one, week one. Avoid that Isak saga from last summer. But how do you sell a player on day one if no club offers the fee that you want? The player decides to wait until the World Cup's over to increase the amount of wages or pay they might get. Or a player chooses to strike, which no one can do anything about. I get people's frustration, but expecting no saga this summer is going to make you far more disappointed than what's to come.
Bro, let me tell you something as well. You got to remember, if he wants to leave and it's evident he wants to leave, Ornstein already came out here and said ages ago, Tonali's agent is out here offering himself to clubs. He's offered himself to Man United, etc. So he definitely wants to leave already. So it goes without saying. And I'll show you lot now, for those that don't know, Sandro Tonali offered to Arsenal by agent. So Arsenal explored, but no contact with Newcastle. Nothing will happen this window. 25-year-old can't put idea to Berta. So looked into it as player interest. This is on the 2nd of February. 2nd of February, his agent came out trying to get him a move already. So Tonali is already trying to get out of there. So there's no sort of way he's going to sit there and not strike. He's going to let them know on the first day, yo, big man, I want to get out of here. Because he's already made it clear for his agent that. And if they don't get European football, they've got an agreement with him where he can leave anyway. So we'll see what happens.
If we do sell, it doesn't make sense to sell to the first bidder and the first fee that we get. There is huge competition for Tonali. And if so, we need to sell for the highest price possible, even if that means selling on the last day of the window. But there's something more important we have to do to make sure the saga doesn't happen again. We need to make sure that there is a replacement already through the door before Tonali leaves. That is something that we cannot afford to get wrong again this summer. No more panic buys, but clear strategy. Do you know what I don't like about what Newcastle fans are saying about Sandro Tonali and the transfer window coming up? If we're selling Tonali, we need to sell him on day one, week one. Avoid that Isak saga from last year.
Yeah, man. So big him up, man. What you're saying is true, man. Because they think they got... Let me tell you something about Newcastle fans. And Newcastle fans just need to understand that until they build up their squad properly, they get out of all this PSR nonsense, and they actually start being that team that's in the top four all the time and they become a big club, until then, it's going to keep being the same thing, bro. Their players are going to be coming there. If they miss out on Champions League, they're going to want to leave. Other teams are going to come in and try to snatch their players. It's normal. It's part of the game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's even with us. We lost Ronaldo to Real Madrid. None of us sat there and complained. We understood it's Real Madrid. You got to go sometimes. They're a bigger club. Newcastle fans can't understand that for some reason. They can't pull it in their head. You know what? Man United is a bigger club than us. They might just, players might want to go there, especially if we're not in Europe. They can't put that in their head. So they're still sitting there. Why would you leave to go Man United? We stuck by you when you had the gambling stuff. You see them crying. This is why, because of stuff like this. But let's get to another one now. Let's see what's going on. Look at this. What's this geezer saying? Where's the, is it muted or something? Yeah.
Approach for Sandro Tonali at the end of the season. Sorry, what does that say at the end? With apparently Bruno Fernandes understood to be fully behind the move. Yeah, this shit doesn't surprise me. Now, honestly, I have no idea if this is real. Bruno Fernandes is said to have added his support to an approach for Sandro Tonali. Yeah, well, that's fucking fantastic, isn't it? Now, let's be realistic, people. I still think there's a huge chance that Sandro Tonali leaves at the end of the season, depending on whether Newcastle get European football or not. This could be a hot one, to be fair. This could be a hot move for Sandro Tonali if we don't get Europe at the end of the season. And it's apparently been reported as well, Sandro Tonali will be allowed to leave Newcastle United at the end of the season if the club miss out on Europe. Well, it could possibly look like that Manchester United might be getting that European spot, because at the minute, Newcastle won't be getting shit with the way we're playing at the minute. But I'm sorry, if Sandro Tonali leaves Newcastle and joins Manchester United, fuck me, honestly. Fuck me. But this transfer window in the summer is going to be one hell of a nightmare, especially for Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and everyone who's looking to leave. But Sandro Tonali to Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, fully behind the move. Oh, here we go again. So apparently Manchester...
Aye, they're finished. Listen, they're balling and they are in tears. Let me tell you something. They just can't pull it in their head that they're a small club, bro. And as you can see, even Bruno's come out and had his little word in. But the thing with Sandro Tonali is, yeah, this is what I'll say about it. Until they understand that, listen, players are going to leave us until we get Champions League and we be consistent. One thing about Newcastle, they're doing well by getting all these players. Because you can look at Newcastle's team and there's about 5-6 players that you know you can go for. Livramento, Hall, Tonali, Bruno G. Who else could you go for over there? Gordon, he's getting linked with moves. That's 5 players linked with moves every week. So they recruit very, very good. But as you can see, Ben Jacobs himself came out here and said, Bruno G and Tonali, they are fighting to leave. That's how bad it is over there. That's how bad they want to get out of there. That them two's agents are fighting against each other. Who can get a move quicker? This is what's going on. So, bro, he's going to leave regardless, bro. It's not looking good for him. And it is what it is. Them lot just got they've literally just got to soak it up and just understand. Until we can stay in the Premier League and keep being consistent in the top 4, Champions League, etc., and we're building the squad, we're always going to have situations where people are going to be leaving us. That's the situation. So we'll see, man. But they're having a nightmare, bro. They're sitting there crying. I don't know what they think this is. Let's get into the next guy now. There's loads of them. They're just getting mad. Let me unmute this one.
In other words, if we qualify for the Conference League, he's fucking leaving. Sandro Tonali is expected to leave Newcastle this summer if we don't get European football. In other words, if we qualify for the Conference League, he's fucking leaving. In other words, if we qualify for the Europa League, he's fucking leaving. We fucked it. We absolutely blew it. Of course we did. I mean, we had 2 of the best midfielders in him and Bruno. I never bought into Joe Linton being part of the best 3 midfielders in the league. That's horseshit. And he's going to Man United. Fantastic. I don't even blame him. Would you blame him? Was that 12th in the league rotting, below Sunderland, below Brentford, below Everton? It's a joke. It's an absolute disgrace. He deserves Champions League football year on year. He deserves to be a Champions League winner, let alone playing in the fucker every year. The only saving grace is that I imagine Bruno is not going to go too. And then, you know, I always kind of preferred Bruno as well. I always thought Tonali was kind of the engine of the midfield. Bruno was the more technical player. And I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, Tonali's leaving after we all stuck by him. Nah. We stuck by him. We did our part. The club haven't done their part. I'm gutted he's going to Man United. I really am. At least that's what it's looking like anyway. But I don't hold any resentment whatsoever for him wanting to leave. I'd be fucking jumping ship as well.
A lot of them, by the way, keep saying, I don't mind if he goes to Arsenal or Man City, blah, 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 but not Man United, bro. Arsenal still ain't won the league. And it's still 22 years. I don't know why they're holding them at a high regard and I don't know what they're doing. But they look at us as genuine rivals. They actually think this United thing, who's that team we call United, and every time they beat us, it's their cup finals, the best day ever. They actually think we're rivals. That's why they all keep saying that. If you're going to go somewhere, at least go Man City or Arsenal or maybe even Liverpool. But Man United, they can't believe it. It's like, when is it going to click in their head? Like, Sesko turned them down and they offered more money. Mbumo turned them down. Cunha turned them down. When is it going to click? Like, United is just a big club. And it happens. They just don't want to understand it, man. It is what it is.
I'd like to think we'd get 100 million, maybe it's a little bit north of that for him. Just get the deal done early if he's going to leave. Get the deal done early and get this lad signed back at the club he should be at. It's a joke that he left in the first place. Even if he costs 70, 80 million, just pay it, will you? Sandro Tonali is expected to leave.
They're trying to get Elliot Anderson back, apparently. This is what the fans want. But while Newcastle's not a team that really goes out there and buys the 70, 80 million Prem players, they'll go across the board and get someone for cheaper and then bring them here and they'll be worth more. They've only really spent money on Elanga, and obviously Voltamada was like 80 million or something. But come on, man, they're not going to go out there and buy Anderson. It's more or less said that he's going to go to Man City. So it is what it is. But like he keeps saying them, though. They keep saying, look, same way like this geezer just said, Leon, and United could finish 15th and buy Sesko and Mbumo, and you are 12th, and you was in Champions League when we done that as well, and no one wanted to come there. So that should be showing you lot a bit like, wait a minute, we was in the Champions League and we still couldn't get players in the Prem. Now we're out of the Champions League, all of our players want to leave. Bruno G is running around, him and Tonali trying to get a move. Their camps are fighting each other. This is a mad situation, bro. But they're just having it. They're having a mare. Let's see what mine.
So here it is, people. the inevitable exclusive that nobody wanted. Sandro Tonali expects to leave Newcastle United if we fail to qualify for Europe. Does the trip to Magaluf count? To be honest, I think he's off either way. Look, we all knew this was happening. Him and his agent haven't exactly made it a secret, have they? Whether it be twerking for Pep after games, flirting with Arteta in the media. If football don't work out for him, I'm sure he'll make a decent video vixen on OnlyFans. For me, though, it's the manner of how he's doing it, especially when we took care of him when he's banned for betting. But I guess what they say is true. There's no loyalty in football. Even this season alone, he's been missing through illness, missing in games, and now, miraculously, he's available to play for his country. Look, as long as we get a good fee for him, that's all I care about. Something around the 80 to 90 million mark should do, and that should allow us to reinvest, find the next Sandro, minus the betting slips. Anyways, guys, what do you think of this whole Sandro Tonali mess? I'm just happy when it's over. But let us know your thoughts.
Bro, Newcastle is probably one of the only teams every single year they're in a position where there's some sort of madness going on with one of their players. It's not even the other way around where Newcastle's in a race, they're fighting over a player and their fans are excited. Are we going to get him? Are we not? You know how we had Semenyo, it could have happened. We had Mbumo, we're waiting, what's going to happen? And then he came out and said, I want Man United only. We sat there and waited for the lap. Each hit Chelsea, good, well done, lovely. They don't really have that. They just go for players, more players that they go for. Barely will ever pick Newcastle. You can't tell me one player that picked Newcastle over any other club in the top 5. I can't think of any. Do you know what I'm trying to say? At any sort of time, one player that's turned around and said, you know what? I'm going to pick Newcastle over that. No way. Every single player that I've seen has gone to a different club. They said, nah, I'm not on that. Who was the link with that keeper? The Barcelona keeper, João Garcia. But he said, I'm out of here. I'm leaving whatever team he was on. I can't remember what they're called. And he went over to Barcelona. They had so much players turning them down. And this is the situation. Like, they're never going to get who they need to get. So it is what it is, isn't it? They always got a saga every single window. That's one thing you can look forward to is a Newcastle saga. Let's see what's going on with this geezer now. Muted. Sometimes they got music, so I got to mute it to check them out.
About Manchester United's transfer window. And this is big. This is coming in from Craig Hope tonight. It was one of the biggest Newcastle reporters. Manchester United are expected to make a formal approach to Newcastle for Sandro Tonali after the season's end. Tonali is set to emerge as United's main target ahead of Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton. Bruno Fernandes has added his support for Manchester United making an approach for Tonali, and Tonali has been linked with every club from Barcelona to Madrid to Arsenal to City in recent weeks, but Manchester United have moved to the front of the queue. Look, we've spoken about a lot of midfielders over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, all of them very good players in their own right, but this is the most concrete big story we have had. This is the Carlos Belieber by David Ornstein last season. And it feels now Sandro Tonali is number 1 on our list. And whatever we say about the other players, Sandro Tonali is a very, very good midfielder. I don't know what the price is going to be, what the wage is going to be. Apparently there's a gentleman's agreement with Newcastle that he can leave if they don't get Champions League football, which looks like it's going to be the case. Manchester United also looking like we are going to get it. The age profile is perfect. He's 25-year-old. That is right in Ineos' sweet spot. He looks like our number 1. So who's the number 2? Is it Carlos Belieber, Tonali, Belieber, and Menu? Would you take that? What a way to end the night.
So that's a Man United fan. I'm just showing you, and the way he's breaking it down, it makes sense. He is obviously the number 1 target because Elliot Anderson is going to City. It's evident. We wanted Elliot Anderson. He was our first target, but he's obviously made something evident. Maybe he's not answering our calls. Maybe he ain't replying, or something's going on where we know he's not interested or he's going to City. So we've switched it and made him our first target. Obviously, we had this is when it first came out, really, like February the 9th. And Neil Khan came out and was basically saying it. But we had, what's it called, a shortlist. We made it a 3-man shortlist. And this is what's crazy, because only in the last couple of days, you know, all of this has been spicing up. It's been going crazy with this Tonali thing. And you can see it was a 3-man shortlist. Elliot Anderson, Wharton, and Tonali, obviously. And then now, Tonali's obviously jumped in front of Elliot Anderson and Wharton. I don't think they really rate Wharton for some reason. I don't know if it's something to do with his fitness or something, but I don't think they really rate him. I've never seen him in the top of the list for some reason. But this is the shortlist anyway, for those that don't know. Man United cut their shortlist to 3-man. This is, look, the 24th, 3 days ago. So everything's been piling up. Nathan So, this is the shortlist. And remember, we've got 2 lists. That's what the Man United fan just said as well. We've got 2 different lists. We've got one that's got these 3 on it. And then we've got another list that's got Belieber, João Gomez, Mateus Fernandes. You see what the difference is? And what I reckon we do is we go for someone like Tonali because we can't get Elliot Anderson. If Tonali was to diss us or go Arsenal or whatnot, then we go for Wharton. And then we turn around and go for Belieber. And then after that, if Ugarte was to go, then we can go for like a João Gomez or Fernandes, whatever. Whoever gets relegated. João Gomez is definitely getting relegated. So he's only going to be about 30 million, 35 or so. Bam. Obviously, if we get some money from Ugarte, it would help. But that's what the situation is. It's 2 midfielders, but most probably 3 if Ugarte leaves. And he wants to leave. Fabrizio Romano's came out here and said he's more or less going to leave. So it is where it is. We'll see what happens. Let's see some more Newcastle fans quickly. And then I'll get some of these chats as well. Keep smashing the likes, my peoples, man. You know what, always here. Hopefully ain't got no music on or nothing.
It started already in Czech's calendar. March, but it seems like the Sandro Tonali links are starting to pick up a little bit more pace. Yeah, that's right. In the last week alone, we've had BBC Sport with Lewis Hall to Manchester United as their main spread not once, but Bruno to the same club making it twice. And now, of course, everyone's sniffing around Sandro Tonali. So make that a hat-trick for BBC just in the last couple of days. And look, whilst I know it's frustrating, especially as early as March, I would remind anyone that all these in-the-know Twitter accounts, journalists, media platforms, Fabrizio Romano's will be getting paid money under the table from clubs, from agents to spread that rumour to their followers. But also, what does posting transfer rumours about some of these so-called big six do for their social media platforms? It helps them boom. And why is that? Because the Manchester United and Manchester Cities have such a global support and following on the likes of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
For some reason, let me let you lot know. Newcastle fans, Aston Villa fans, they hate Fabrizio Romano. They think it's a conspiracy. They think he's lying and it's all part of the, what's it called? It's all part of the FFP and the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? They say it's the Big Six clan, whatever. So I don't know why, bruv. I don't know. I don't know why they always think that, but they hate Fabrizio because obviously I get it though, innit? When you're seeing someone always linking your best players to different squads, you're going to think, blood, this guy is always negative. And remember, Newcastle, one thing about them is they're very strategic and they're good at scouting. So they don't really come out here and you will see Newcastle's looking at this guy for time and then they go and buy them. Apart from like Mbumo, you don't really see that with no one. They more just come out with a guy, bam, and they buy him. They're very good at buying players. That's one thing about Newcastle. So you barely see them linked to players, but you always see their players linked with other clubs. Lewis Hall linked with us, linked with every Arsenal, I think it was. Gordon's linked with Arsenal today. Then you got Livermento's linked with City. Bruno G. It's just every day. So I get it. I get why they'll be upset about it still, but he's trying to say it's a conspiracy. Fabrizio Romano, it's all a conspiracy. I don't think that's true.
Book, you name it. My advice ahead of a hectic summer window for your own mental health: firstly, accept that this is just part of being a bigger club with better players, but also choose your trusted sources and your preferred journalists very, very wisely. Keith's always had my vote. Now, on the stronger Sandro Tonali links, I think this one makes sense and it doesn't feel anything new to us because he has been linked to other clubs now for quite a while. Weirdly, for me personally, this kind of news and reading this hasn't hit me too hard because I always had a strange feeling when we signed this player that he never really wanted to leave Milan. The young age he was the darling of their crowd, as we found out when we played at the San Siro not too long later. And Milan simply couldn't turn down that financial package. And what I don't agree with is what I've seen so many Newcastle fans say in the aftermath of this: he's replaceable, get rid, wouldn't bother me, sell him, get the money.
Yeah, man. This is what I'm saying. It's been meltdown. Some of them are saying he can't pass. Look, man saying hopefully with someone that can pass 5 yards, bro. I understand people go through a bit of form. Man's playing, 2-3 games a week, etc. He might not have been his best this season. A lot of people have said he hasn't been the best this season. He still does have ones and twos, but he hasn't been at his best. But the Newcastle fans that I've seen yesterday have all turned on him. Like, we backed him in his lowest. Get rid of him. He's rubbish anyway. And it's only Bruno G that I care about. And, bro, come on, man. The guy ain't gone yet, bro. We haven't bought him yet. And it's like, what? So every single player that you get turns out to be good for you, lot, and then leaves, you're going to turn on and say, F them type of thing. Come on, like, it is what it is, bro. Like, we had the same thing. We had Cristiano Ronaldo win the Ballon d'Or at our club, and then he left for Real Madrid. We're not going to boo him and go mad and F you and all that. We understand. Real Madrid, it's the pinnacle. Say nothing, bro. Go over there and smash it. It is what it is. We're not going to be booing him. We're not going to be going mad on social media, dissing him. This is crazy. Look, no idea why people are fuming. But it's like, some people understand. We've had a shit show of a season and bigger clubs are coming across. We're not in Champions League. A lot of these players they want to do something bigger. They don't want to be sitting around getting Europa League and all of that. They want to be here challenging. Remember, what did they sell to them when they got bought? We're going to be at the top. So imagine being in Champions League for 2 years in a row, winning the Carabao Cup, and then you drop back down to 12, and then you're up and down. Come on, bro. It's all over the place. So big up my man, because he's coming out and he's spitting some real game. He's saying, yeah, like, I don't understand why people are coming out here dissing him and that. It's embarrassing.
Season he's dropped off. Whilst yes, I don't think he's performed at the levels that we saw last year, I still think this is a very, very good footballer, and you don't want to sell your best players. Tonali's recovery, his engine can't be underestimated in this Newcastle team, and I would probably go as far as saying that this season we probably haven't always got the best out of the player, certainly not from an attacking point of view, and seen enough moments like we know he's capable of, like this last season. Just look at how few progressive carries into the box he's had this season in Newcastle shirt, and because of that more defensive role, it's absolutely no coincidence that what Sandro Tonali has done this season in this Newcastle side has brought Bruno's best attacking stats since he signed for the football club. And this is the two of them together. Bruno's blue, Sandro's red. Look at the difference in some of the qualities on the pitch and who's excelling in different areas. I do think he's a world-class footballer at a very, very good age. But I'll be honest, out of the two of these, I do think Sandro Tonali is the more replaceable one. Because of them assets, because of that engine, you can get that elsewhere. Whereas Bruno is such a unique footballer and offers so much at the other end as well. I don't want Newcastle to lose their best players, but the best players want to play in the best competitions. And that's why I do think there's a bit of truth in him wanting European football next season and seeing how that pans out. But if there is one football club and one ownership group that simply need to learn from previous windows and previous mistakes, it's Newcastle United, it's PIF, and it's this man. If the player wants to leave, let him leave. But get that fee, get it done early and reinvest and do it in the proper way. And let's just see how this one pans out. Newcastle fans, get down, let us know your thoughts below. And as always, keep the faith. However, then get your hard hats on it.
Yeah, I respect him, man. What he's saying is kind of true, man. I'm with him. I kind of respect him. He didn't say nothing too mad. A lot of them are obviously fuming. It's just emotions, isn't it? You're upset. You just feel like the world's against you. Every year it's the same thing. All your best players keep going, etc. But I kind of respect him still. He didn't really come out and go mad. He just said, listen, I don't understand why my fan base is getting too emotional saying he's rubbish anyway. Bro, you still got a bit of the season to play. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you still got a bit of the season to play and now everyone's calling him rubbish. It doesn't even make any sense because he's linked with a move away. He was linked. His agent already leaked something ages ago for him to leave. Ornstein came out and already said, yo, my man's gonna, he's giving himself over to Arsenal, basically, the camp. So what are we doing here? Why has it just changed now, the tune? Like, it was already out there. February the 2nd, he already offered himself to Arsenal. So he's already said I wanted to leave from then, February the 2nd. Since then, you lot probably won a few games, Newcastle. They beat us. They beat Chelsea. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They had that little impressive game against Barcelona where they could have won it to the last minute. Bro, like, what's really changed, bro? It don't really matter. So that's the situation, man. A lot of them are going crazy, especially online, on Twitter, just saying madnesses. Tonali's rubbish. He's not all that. It's a meltdown. It's nothing but a meltdown, literally. So it is where it is. But it's good to see some Newcastle fans have still got their head and they're still like, you know what? I get it, type of thing. Like, he's moving a bit mad. He does want to leave and we don't want him to leave, but it is where it is. I'm going to get a few of these chats in a minute, man. But what do you lot reckon we should pay for him, though? Because some people are saying pay the 100 million. Newcastle fans are seeming to think they're going to get 110, 120 million. Apparently, he's going to be the same price as Isaac. I don't know how true that is. So you lot let me know what you lot think he's actually worth. Because, like I said, there's a lot of talk that, we should only pay 80 million. We should only pay 80. We should only pay 70. We should only pay 60. It's up and down. I don't know. But everybody's talking about this. But the Newcastle fans, I had to bring it to you lot because they've been going mad. Literally. There's some Newcastle fans that are cool, of course. But majority of them have been going crazy. Look at my man. Oh, my God. Where is this guy? There's one more guy I was meant to show you lot, man. Where's he gone? Sandro Tonali. And what does everyone even think of the signing of Sandro Tonali anyway? Because some people are saying they don't want him at all. We need someone that can pass. Like, where did this passing thing come from? Like, he can't pass apparently now. What's going on here? I wasn't seeing this chat. Yeah, this is my man here. This is the last one that I'm going to play, and then I'm going to get all of these comments. So make sure you lot are smashing the likes. And yeah, let me know what you think in the chat. Let's start with my man.
Set to leave Newcastle this summer with Manchester United ahead of the queue.
as it looks like no European football is going to cost the Magpies another star player. And he has a gentleman's agreement to leave Newcastle United this summer if we don't get any European football. And then we're going to go to Daily Mail's article, which says he's in talks for Man United. I'm also sorry, a bid is going to come at the end of the season for Man United. So same sort of thing. We know his agent has been pushing a move for the last couple of weeks now. In a nutshell, saying that Newcastle are a stepping stone. You know, he said, the aim when we came to England was always to move to a bigger and better football club. Well, Arsenal are still linked with them. You know, your Madrids and Barca's are still linked with them, but Man United are leading the race. Man United don't want Bruno Guimaraes. It is Sandro Tonali that they want. And all this talk of Bruno to Man United is just rubbish. It's just maybe a smoke screen for Tonali, which I always said I can't see Bruno leaving, but I can definitely see Tonali leaving. Should Tonali make it clear that he wants to leave, which he hasn't done yet, by the way. He hasn't said, I want to leave, I'm going. They've got this gentleman's agreement in place, but he's not kicking down the door saying, get me out of here. Not yet, anyways. I don't think he would. And I don't think he'll have to because of the whole Isaac drama last year not working out well at all. But only if their price to the club is met. It's expected that the fee will be considerable, especially since he's got a few years left. We paid 55 for Tonali a couple of years ago. So you're looking at 100 million now. They were seen on Sky Sports News yesterday. 100 million is going to be the fee for Tonali. They spent 72 million on Højlund. So telling me I want at least 100 for Sandro Tonali.
Man said we spent 70 million on Højlund. Like, this is where you just think backwards because he doesn't even understand that we got two different ownerships. We've got a whole new ownership after that. So he's just stuck in that old way where Man United just go out there and spend crazy money, Anthony, Højlund, and all of that, where you're just lost. Big man, we don't spend that money no more. This new ownership hasn't spent 72 million on Højlund. That was the last one. Yeah, they wanted 75 million for Brantwaite and we walked off. That's what they're on. So there you go. So they're looking at it. Look, he's one of the fans. He's got one of the biggest channels for the Newcastle fans. And he's saying, yeah, 100 million is meant to be the money. I think 100 million is way too much, man. 80 million max, no problem. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And even that, like, I see him score yesterday, Tonali, but does Tonali score a lot of goals? Is that in his locker? Obviously, we can't replace Casemiro regardless, bro. We're never going to get a DM that scores goals like Casemiro. It's not going to happen. But it is what it is. We have to get someone that's going to have a bit more to their game. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, he brings physicality. He wins a lot of duels. He's got a lot of pace. He's got an engine. He's got a lot of things that he brings to him, Tonali. But, bro, you're not going to bring the goals. Maybe you might get a 1-2 assist or whatnot. We got NUFC in the chat. Big up yourself. Let us know about Tonali, NUFC, man. Come on, man. You know we're looking to get him. Tonali, a baller. I can't lie. Enrique and Belieber too. Yeah, I think Belieber's coming. I think he's part of obviously the second list. So it's looking very likely that he is going to come. So I don't know what's going to happen. He might be our first signing because he might be the easiest one that we do. But we'll see. Metric Community, Man United, big up yourself, man. Jimenez is better. Jimenez is better, but it's his age. He's 28. If Jimenez weren't 28, if Jimenez was 25, he's 100% our first target. Jimenez is better. Everyone knows that. But it's just he's older. He's 28. He's in love with Newcastle. He's a loyal player. That's what everyone said about Jimenez. And obviously, one of the main journalists from Newcastle, I think he's Keith Downey or one of them, I can't remember. He came out and said Jimenez, Man United ain't interested in him. We want Tonali. You know what I'm saying? That came out yesterday. He said, bro, we don't even want my man. We want Tonali. That's the guy that we want. We're at the front of the queue. Yeah, we don't want Jimenez. So that's the situation. Look at that. Gentleman's agreement. If they don't get Europe, and when they say Europe, they mean Champions League, bro. Right? If you make Conference League, he's not going to be happy with going to play Conference League. No one is. Them far countries, bro. So that's the situation with Tonali. Let me get a few more of these. Jimenez, Newcastle fans are crying. It's crazy. They're having a nightmare. Newcastle needs to understand its level of class isn't comparable to United. Let him win our games. I don't care about his private lifestyle. Exactly. NJ at Man United. I'm going to get into NJ in a minute with this Diomande battle. It's going mad. It's heating up. We got Mets, just like the Bruno G reports. Enrique thing isn't over. PSG fans aren't 100% sure. Okay, so they're not sure that he's going to stay, no? I thought they were sure. The way they were talking, not even them, sorry. The way everyone's come out and said he's happy. Every single report that's came out about Enrique is saying that he's happy. So I don't know. I think he will stay over there, man. I'll be real. I can't see him coming. He might even win the Champions League again over there. Remember, they gave Enrique an improved contract. He won champs also again. Yeah, it's true. I know it's slow news for man in international break. It's true. But this Enrique saga isn't done. Big up, Mitch. Big up yourself, Mike, man. I hope you're good, bro. Hit the like button. Also, I told you, Newcastle fans have to come to terms with Tonali leaving there in denial or snatching their chain. He's been saying that for a minute. NUFC, that's my guy, man. That's one Newcastle fan. There's a few of them that always come in, but NUFC, big him up. He's a cool one, man. What up, Mitch? Bruno G picked us over. Okay, I didn't even know that. I know he was at Lyon. I didn't know that he picked you lot over Arsenal still. To not be asked if he left. Random Bruno G won't leave. Elliot Anderson will come back. He'll go to City if we won't play. Wharton is the truth. He'll really help out. Get slow bots. But anyone we get, I'm not mad. You see, you lot linked with Wharton though. Wharton is good. But what I feel like with Wharton is they need to put someone next to him. And that's why they're looking at it and saying, we ain't got time to put someone next to him. We'll rather get someone like Tonali that can do 2 jobs at once. He will sweep up the defense. And if Bruno drops deep to get the ball, Tonali will run and do the box crashing as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Someone like Wharton, bro, you need someone next to him that's going to be running around. They play with Lerma that's next to him, or they play with Hughes. Someone that's going to run around and put in the works. That's the difference. That's why I think they're not really rating him like that. I think we've been Ugarte's, but yeah. The thing about Ugarte came out already by Fabrizio Romano. He wants to leave. He's going to leave. He had options in January, Ajax, Galatasaray. He looks like a Galatasaray player anyway. So I reckon when Ugarte goes, we turn around and we go and get João Gomez or Mateus Fernandes. Whoever gets relegated. João Gomez is definitely relegated, but he might turn. The only way he disses us is if he gets bought from a team that he knows he starts. Do you get it? And remember, he's got the link with Cunha. He's got the link with a few men, so he will come here. But if he knows he starts at somewhere like, who can I say? Liverpool go in for him and he knows he starts, for example, they tell him, yeah, this is you, Gravenberch, we're not sure, he'll probably go over there still. Which always trash PSG, we're gladly selling him. Why are Toon so quick to turn? I don't know, bro. It's crazy, bro. And UFC, let us know what's going on. Why are they turning on him like that? It's only a link. Anytime I see Bruno G linked away, I don't believe this rumored. Every single time he's always linked away, yeah? But I think he stays there forever, but he just seems like everyone's new system, you remember, yeah? Everyone's trying to buy younger players. So Chelsea don't go out there and buy him. Liverpool maybe, I don't know. But everyone's on this buy younger players thing. So I can't see anyone going to buy a 28. Like, he's got to be like Real Madrid or something like that, or PSG. And they don't need him. Way better. Now, 100% he's better than him, but he's not younger. That's the only thing. You're probably going to Juve. There's no point of bidding on Bruno G. I don't get how man switch up when it was Bruno G. Man said, we are getting the wrong player when it's Tonali now. Man, I said, bro, everyone just keeps switching. This is what happens, bro. No one's ever happy. It's like they want us to just sign the best players. Basically, everyone wants us to sign a player that can do it all. Have pace, run around, score goals, assist. We're never going to find that player. It's like they want Rodri. Everyone's got to be Rodri now. You got to get the player that's going to get it from the playmaker role, and he's going to be like, it's too much, bro. It's not like that anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't get that lucky. It's just like Bruno Fernandes. When he goes, how can you replace Bruno? There's no players like that assist all over the place. You don't find players like that. 50 max, man, I say for Tonali. We're never going to get him for 50 max. That's crazy. 100 million, but I prefer Bruno G. Tonali's willing to leave. It'll be okay. Hopefully 80 million. I'm cool with 80. We want Wharton over him. I don't think we get Wharton. I'll be real. Do you need Branthwaite or not? Branthwaite, they said 75 million and we said, see you later, bro. Everton tried to bump us. We said, allow it, brother. Smash the likes, my people, man. Let's get these likes up, man. You know I'm always here for you, lot, man. Daily, man. Come on, man. Support the channel. All I'm asking for is a like, yeah? Big up the channel and show some love. Give Newcastle Ugarte. Usually get broke up in the transfer window. They can't be fast. Yeah, you know they got this beef with United. Geordie saved Man United 2 times now. Bobby Charlton and now Michael Carrick. You're funny still. Best in class. More like mid in class. Who is Diomande going to if he leaves? I'm going to show you the stuff about Diomande in a minute. I just thought I'll start off with the Newcastle stuff because it was funny. You know, if I see something funny, I have to bring it to you lot straight away. Already said if he wants to move, he'll go back to Brazil. And I think Barca or Madrid went in for me. I'll be happy. Yeah, that's what I reckon. I reckon he goes to somewhere like that. I don't think he goes anywhere else because he is a loyal guy. I'll give it to him. He loves Newcastle. He's fell in love with the city. He's the captain. I think he's not going anywhere. Big up yourself, fun show, man. I hope you're good, man. Hope everything's good. I'd take 80 for Tonali, then sell Livramento. And if Gordon wants to go as well, then big rebuild in the summer. But, bro, you've got to remember something, though, in UFC. You lot's rebuild, the players that you go for, you might have to get, like, third choice or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you might go for certain players. Because I see you lot were linked with Keith Smith. Keith Smith's linked with Real Madrid. He's linked with PSG. So stuff like that happens. And then it's like, okay, you know what? We got to settle for our third choice or fourth choice. And that's where it's a bit peak. Also, Arsenal trying to Bandulo thing. 55 million. I ain't even seen that. I ain't even seen the Skelly thing. I'm not even taking it serious. Because it came out yesterday that Skelly, he's putting it out there himself because he wants to play more. So that's the situation, man. And if you lot missed it yesterday, of course, it all went mad. You couldn't have missed it. Sandro Tonali expected to leave. And this is all from Newcastle journalists. Tier 1 Newcastle journalists. He's got a gentleman's agreement. If we make Champions League and they don't, he can leave. Craig Hope, one of the Tier 1 journalists, he said that we're due to make a formal approach at the end of the season. So it is what it is. We're respecting them at this moment. Bruno Fernandes is gone and gave his 2 pence in. Yeah, make sure you make that one happen. And as you can see, Craig Hope said in the last 48 hours, Manchester United have moved to the front of the queue. We wasn't at the front at first. It was going everywhere. It was Arsenal. It was Man City. Everyone was involved. But now we've moved to the front of the queue. A lot of people have turned and basically switched on him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's sweating this summer. Who's this? The season a Newcastle friend. You be sweating this summer over. Does he stay? Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. We're linked with Onana as well. This ain't the best link in the world, of course. This is Ekokona. Ekokona's okay. He's got a 1-2 thing right. He did say we're looking at that Rayan guy, and that Rayan guy's going to go to the Premier League. And then he ended up going to Bournemouth. So he has got a 1-2 thing, but he's not solidified. He's not no one that I will sit there and say 100% if he says something, it's a factual. So yeah, just take it like that. So I'm going to do Onana, man. He's okay, man. He's not nothing special though, man. He's not nothing special. I see Villa fans dissing him. He's starting and they're dissing him now. They're saying, bro, thank God Tielemans is back and that. They're not really rating him. I don't know why. Do you know what I'm saying? My man's been playing 90 minutes every game. Look at that. Obviously, Tielemans, Kamara's been injured. McGinn ain't been there as well. He's got a few greens. He was excellent against Lille, but that's about it. Loads of oranges. He's just been average. So I don't think he's the same player when he was at Everton, man. But he's still 24. He can still build up, and he's an aerial threat. We're linked with him, but we kind of know our midfield. We kind of know who we actually want, though. So I don't know, man. I don't really think that one there solidified like that link. We know who we want. We know who's on the list. We've seen it 100 times every day since the window closed. So I don't know, man. But it's come out today. I'm going to show you that right now. Some more talks about the midfield and who we're linked with, etc. And it's evident that we've got the money there to spend on 2 midfielders, 70 million each. It's calm. The money's there. You know what I'm saying? And that's Laurie Whitwell, which I'm going to show you right now. As you can see, look at that. When asked about the priority position to strengthen this summer for United is a Casemiro replacement and another midfielder. I feel like the finances are there for United to push for at least 2 70 million world-class midfielders. Anderson was probably going to be about 80. Do you understand? So Tonali, probably 80 as well. Bam. And then we're going for someone like Belieber. If it's not Belieber, we go for João Gomez. Boom, boom, boom. And then we've got left winger that we're looking at. So if let's just say there's 2 70 millions, let's just say we pay 150, 80 million for Tonali, 70 million for Belieber. Then we've got money for a left winger. That's our main 3 targets. And then everywhere else, it's like a sell to buy type of thing. Remember, you get 100 million off Rick for Champions League. So straight away, we get that 100 million off straight away. And then you've got Ugarte's due to leave. That might be another replacement. We've got Champions League football, 4 games now, 4 tournaments, sorry. So come on, bro. You're going to be going mad. There's talks about a left back. We've been getting linked with left backs every day. Lewis Hall, which I already told you that was probably a myth anyway, that he's been on the list. He's going to be about 80 million. And my man shut it down yesterday as well. Ben Jacobs, he came out and said, Lewis Hall is not going nowhere. He's signing a new contract. But this is the last of the left backs, as you can see. Nathaniel Brown will be getting linked to the Skeezer for ages. And he's a left back. And he can play in different positions. He can play as a left back. He can play as a left winger, left mid. He's all over the place. So let me show you that right now. Nathaniel Brown, look, 22 years old, left back, left wing back, right back, left mid, left winger. He's versatile. He's becoming like our top choice at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? Remember, because they've kind of given up on Luke Shaw. They know Luke Shaw's a myth. He's got 1 year left after this season. So it's like, you know what? We're going to let Luke Shaw, we're going to let him stay for this season, of course. We have to. But then after that, we'll just let him go. Like, it's not worth it. So Nathaniel Brown, he is the #1 choice now. It's looking like to replace him. But let's have a look at what he's been keeping up with. Look at that. So that's the positions. He's got 4 goals, 4 assists. He's in the greens. But obviously, it is the German league. You could watch a 1-2 comp of him, of course. I don't really like comps. Everyone looks good. But it is where it is. You know what I'm trying to say? He's German. He's got a proper English name, innit? Nathaniel Brown. He's probably just born over there or something. But yeah, so we'll see what happens, man, with the skeezer, man. But he's the #1 target. There's talks about Lewis Skelly. And like I said, Ben Jacobs came out yesterday and kind of shut that down. But Lewis Hall was on that list. But I just think we're looking, obviously he's on the list. He's a good left back. But when you look at the money that Newcastle's going to ask, and rightfully so, they can ask for about 60, 70 million for a left back. That's a bit mad. Do you know what I'm saying? He's going for 52 million, but they might end up dropping that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. But 2 midfielders is the agenda. Like I've been telling you lot from the start. And Nathan Salt came out and told us, yo, Belieber is on the 2nd list. He's still there. Don't get it twisted. Sky Sports Leo came out and said, Belieber, we can wrap that one up before the World Cup. And you lot remember something with Belieber. We finished 15th and he was on his knees trying to get to Old Trafford. 15th. He didn't care. Brighton finished on top of us, bro. Brighton probably finished like 4 or 5 places in front of us or something. I don't even know where they finished. And he was like, nah. I want to get over there regardless. I don't care. So big up Belieber, man. You can see what he's on. He's been waiting patiently. We made a little check-in last month to see, yo, brother, you know we're still coming in for you, right? He's like, yeah, he knows. We agree personal terms with him, so he knows what's going on, etc. So that's the situation with the midfielders, more or less shut down. So we'll see what happens. Where's that thing there? Yeah, this is it. Look, this is it there. Nathan Salt, and he spoke about João Gomez can be in there as well. Tonali, Anderson, blah, blah, blah. This is the 2 I reckon we go for. Belieber and Tonali. BS speed, pace. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Pace and power. Just build up the midfield, switch it all up. Bruno Fernandes in front of them. And then we're going to go for a 2nd one because João Gomez, 3rd one, sorry. Because obviously Ugarte is definitely gone. So that's the situation with that. So Laurie Whitwells came out today and said what he said about that's what's going on, etc. Boom, boom. Let's speak about the manager situation now. So we got this Ineos Phil Carrick should be rewarded with the permanent job on a short-term contract if he's successful in bringing Champions League football back to Old Trafford. So this is what they're saying, that he should be rewarded with it. Everyone agrees. And the only reason why we all agree is because there's no one else. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox are saying they prefer a more proven one. They want Luis Enrique. But we got the bomber yesterday from Sully. He already told us what's going on with Enrique. And it's a myth, bro. Enrique is more or less staying over there. That's what it seemed like at the time. Pete Hall came out today and kind of clickbaited it. Look at the way he clickbaited it. Understand Luis Enrique is set to turn down Man United interest. How can you turn down interest? How can you turn down interest? That doesn't even make sense. If you're interested, you're not doing anything. We haven't made a contact. We haven't said anything to him. And stay at PSG. A new contract offer is being prepared imminently. So that was 10 hours ago. And look at what everyone is saying to him. Everyone is cooking him in the comments saying, bro, this is from Sully. What are you talking about? Sully broke the news 21 hours ago. Sully came out and dropped it. And then now they've just gone out there and said their own thing. And man, I'm like, bro, what are you on about? Like, they're just getting on to him because he's actually okay as a journalist. But look, exclusive, at least give some credit to Sully. Sully broke the news yesterday and already told us that. Look, not an exclusive. The guy Sully broke, everyone's onto him. Yeah, you can't get away with it because Sully is so certified. This is why I tell you all the time. When Sully speaks, you better listen. Look at that. Enrique is understood to be happy at PSG. He held positive talks about a new contract. He was highly rated internally. We wanted him. That was our more or less our #1 choice. But now it means that's another candidate ruled out. Michael Carrick has seriously been considered. Remember, We can't lose by giving Carrick the job, you know. Like, people are moving like, we give Carrick the job, it's over. You could just give him a little 2 years. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it don't have to be like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and like 5 years, you're tied down, and it could be a 2 years, do your thing, you've got the job, let's see how things go. You're playing the 4 at the back. We're kind of smooth right now. Let's see what happens. If we go out there and we get Champions League the next season, but we're not, you can see little flaws, who knows who will be available then? Tuchel might be available again. Someone might have been sacked. There might be a new manager, etc. Things change all the time in football, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Nagelsmann, he went to Bayern Munich. He was winning all the games, top of the league, and he still got sacked. So you just never know, bro. So it seems like it's Carrick or Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann is obviously, what's his name? Vivell, Christopher Vivell. That's his veteran. They're both close. So he's trying to get him through the door. He's saying, yo, that's my guy. So Nagelsmann's in the list still, of course. But the situation with Nagelsmann is he's going to the World Cup. When you're going to the World Cup, bro, you make everything a bit mad. Because, bro, by the time pre-season starts, we're not going to have a manager. This is the situation. So we're not going to have no manager by the time pre-season starts. So that's the situation. It's literally Nagelsmann or Carrick. It already came out that they're not even rating anyone else no more. Look, De Zerbi's out of there now. He's not even viewed as a target anymore. Carrick's already beat Glasner and Marco Silva and all of that. They're not really rating them. So, boy, we're going to see what happens, man. It's seeming very likely that Carrick is going to get the job. I'll be real with you lot. Carrick is going to get the job, man. And it's going to go without saying, especially if he gets Champions League, and we're in a good position right now to get Champions League. So we shouldn't really bottle it. Let's be real. You know what I'm trying to say? So it goes without saying. Enrique is expected to sign a new contract. Nagelsmann, highly experienced for his age. Germany national team, Bayern Munich and Leipzig. Clear identity, tactical identity, an ambitious, modern approach. Wouldn't represent a bold reset for the club. However, no Premier League experience. Would likely need full backing and time from the board. And there are some questions about his man management skills. That's the situation with Nagelsmann. Carrick, deep knowledge of the club and dressing room, calm, respected presence with a strong cultural fit, already understands the United way. However, it will be a massive step from interim to permanent manager, and he remains highly unproven. And you've got to remember, now we're going to 3 games a week. How's Carrick going to do this? You've already seen both times we've played 2 times a week. We've kind of fumbled it. And I'm going to show you lot right now so you lot understand what I'm saying. The 2 times we played two games in a week was, I'll show you right now. I don't know if that's the squad. I don't know if that's, do you know what I'm saying? You got to adapt, and you didn't do that. But look at this. February, we played Tottenham on the Saturday, 7th of Feb. And then straight away on the Tuesday, we played West Ham, and I wouldn't say we bottled it. We got the goal back last minute, but we messed up the guy's haircut. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the first time we played 2 games in a row with Carrick. Second time we done it was this. Look at that. We played this game here, Crystal Palace, 1st of March, 2-1 up, and then we went and then we played Newcastle on the Wednesday, and then we lost against 10 men. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it might be the squad, because Carrick is going with the same squad. These guys, I don't know if they're tired or what. You can't really be tired. You're playing 1 game a week, but who knows? But both times we played 2 games back-to-back, Saturday and then Tuesday, or Saturday and Wednesday. And remember, that's what you're going to be doing in the Champions League, bro. It's Saturday, then Tuesday. Saturday and then Wednesday. Saturday, then Tuesday, every minute. No rest. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. Bro, so both times we've done it with Carrick. He's used the same squad and Boomer up front and all of that, and it's not really worked out. So let's see how we go with it. As you can see, our last couple of games, we ain't really got nothing like that coming up. Everything's a week away. All of them. Look, Saturday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. So we ain't really got them till the end of the season. It's a whole week rest. But, bro, that little hiccup that came up, straight away, it kind of went a bit left. So we'll see what happens, man. Andy Mittens come out today and he spoke about the boy Joshua Zirkzee. And he said, look, if Man United's going to sign a new striker, and he said, I think it's all about what happens with Zirkzee. I think he goes and Man United get money for him, and they will try to replace him. Zirkzee leaving is key because he's someone who cost a lot of money, who United fans, he only cost £34 million, I swear. But obviously they're going to say everything's a lot of money, ain't it? So, yeah, so that's the situation, what he's saying about Xerxes, but we don't even need that from Andy. Andy Mitten solidified. He only speaks about Man United news, by the way. But we got this directly from Fabrizio Romano anyway, literally 6-7 days ago. He said Xerxes wants to leave. Several Premier League clubs are interested as well as Italian teams. And he said Xerxes wants to change club in the summer, but he's going to remain professional and focus on helping United until the end of the season. It is clear internally that the club wants to try something different after not playing much this season. Bro, he's injured sometimes and no one even knows he's injured. He's injured sometimes and no one even knows he's injured. Like, it's evident. No one, like, none of the managers really rate him. Remember, Ten Hag is the one that more or less got him, and then he got sacked straight away. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it is what it is. Matteo Moretto's just thing this. Remember, we are linked with Balde. Some talks came out about that yesterday as well. Matteo Moretto's just reposted this just now. Matteo Moretto, if you don't know who that is, he works with Fabrizio Romano. So we've been linked to this Balde geezer. Ben Jacobs said something about Balde yesterday as well. I don't know what's going on. But as you can see, Barcelona are open to hearing offers. So it's clear we want a left back. We're getting linked with every single left back under the sun. We're obviously in talks with them with Rashford. Who knows if something's going to come from it. But Ben Jacobs spoke on it yesterday and he just said, yeah, Bivell likes him. So maybe something will come from there. But he has been getting injured a little bit, a bit. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. Look at that. Man United have reached out to Atlanta for new information on Edison. So he might just be on the list. Or no, you know what? If we can't get Belieber, get Edison, João Gomez, he will be on that list. The duels and, you know what I'm trying to say? And I think he's 26. I don't think he's anything. Is he 28? I don't think he's 28 or anything like that. Let's have a look. Edison from Atlanta. I like Edison as well. Wanting us to get him. He's 26 years old. 26 years old. He's in the Greens. He's obviously in the Italian league. I don't know. I don't know if he's still bossing it over there. I don't watch the Italian league. He's got 23 matches, 1 goal. That's not really like him from what I was seeing in Europa. When I was seeing him, he was scoring goals. But it looks like we're looking at him again. He's on the list again. So I don't know, bro. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Man United have not spoken to any alternatives whatsoever. 7 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. Carrick. I reckon Carrick gets the job, man. There's no 2 ways about it. I'm going to get a few of these comments in a second. But yeah, I reckon Carrick definitely gets the job. There's nobody else you could go out there and get. If it's not going to be Enrique, if it's not going to be, what's that geezer called? Nagelsmann, then it doesn't really make any sense. Like, there's no one else you could probably go out there and get. Let's talk about Yan Diomande. I'm going to go for the Yan Diomande and I'm going to get a few of these chats. So make sure you lot are smashing the likes, my peoples, man. Look at this now. Ben Jacobs just came out yesterday and he said this. Liverpool could sign 2 wingers this summer. On the right, finding Mo Salah's successor is something Liverpool have been looking at and planning for a long time. Chuse Mama's leaving. The new left winger, because obviously Luis Diaz left as well. They got Gakpo. Gakpo's not worked out on that wing. They got Chiesa. He's not worked out. Leipzig's Yan Diomande is 1 target and a player high in Manchester United and Bayern's thinking as well. Leipzig value the winger at 100 million euros, but suitors feel that the price will drop this summer. Appreciation for Mike Elise, but Bayern are not letting him go. Barcola and Cavaskelia, no one's even, they're not going nowhere basically. And they're obviously linked with Anthony Gordon. But I don't know, man. It's looking like, and he puts in there, look, a more central creative attacker could also be considered. Someone like Morgan Rogers. They've been linked with Morgan Rogers for ages. So I don't know. But Yan Diomande seems like he's a man that they're looking at. Obviously, there was all this talks about Yan Diomande. Who's he going to go to? Blah, blah, blah. We've been linked with him like every single day for about 6 months. So I don't know. Fabrizio ain't said nothing about Liverpool only till recently. This is the first time he spoke about Liverpool, which was on the 26th, which is yesterday on his YouTube. As you can see, Man United have sent scouts several times to watch Diomande. He is super appreciated by the club. At the moment, there's no indication what the fee will be. Bayern Munich's in the race, PSG, Liverpool. I can only see him on that list going to either us or Liverpool. Bayern Munich's got Luis Diaz on one side, Elise on the other side. I can't see him going somewhere that he doesn't think he's starting. But then again, when you look at our team, Cunha's a left winger as well. But Cunha can play as a 10. He can play as up front. He's all over the place. So I don't know, like, if he's going to sit there and think, I'm 19, but I can... Basically, if he's going to sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to go and share my space with someone, I reckon he's going to want to do this and be somewhere that he's kind of comfortable. You've got Amad Diallo right here. You two are like best friends. You know what I'm trying to say? When it comes to what's it called? When it comes to Sierra Leone, bro, him and Amad Diallo have got a mad link. So if he's gonna go somewhere that's gonna fight for his place anyway, you might as well come that and have the good vibes going on with Diallo. You know what I'm trying to say to you, like, and you saw what was going on when they was over there. Everything that started with this guy has been Man United and Tottenham. That's how it started. Man United and Tottenham, Man United and Tottenham. This is a Tottenham tier 1. P. Keith. Man United and Tottenham. Man United and Tottenham. When we fell to we got Semenyo, and then we went for Diomande. But they were saying 100 million. Look, Fabrizio Romano in December the 25th, Christmas Day, said Man United and Tottenham are on the mission. So it was just us and Tottenham in the race for him. And then obviously Liverpool's been brought into it. He said something on Instagram, look at which is here. I want to play at Anfield. I want to play for Liverpool. I'm a big Liverpool fan. My father's dream is to see me play for Liverpool. But then he came out and he said, nah, bro, that got misconstrued. Like, that wasn't even what I was saying. So I don't know what's really going on. But Fabrizio Romano, Kate, look, Ben Jacobs is saying Anthony Gordon. I think he just threw that name in there for no reason. This is Jan Diomande speaking himself. Look, about the links with Liverpool. People made it out to be my dream club. But first and foremost, he tried to shut you down. Like, first and foremost, brother, it's my dad's favorite club. So what are you doing there? It's like you're letting us know, nah, bro, like, that's not my favorite club. And then he said, it's my dad's favorite club. It's always great wish to see me there someday because he loves the atmosphere. It was always his great wish. So I don't know. I don't want to say this wrong. Like, it's sounding like it was always his great wish. Like, is his father still around? Hopefully. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just been said a bit different. But I have a lot of respect for Liverpool, but my dream club is Leipzig at the moment. So he's saying the way it got made out is that's my dream club. It's not. It's my dad's. Why would you even shut that down? If that's what you're really saying on Instagram, Liverpool's my dream club, I want to play there one day, you don't need to shut that down if that's true. You could just leave it. But from time you've had to come out and say, it's not my dream club. Is he trying to protect the Leipzig fans from turning on him? Because it's looking like he wants to leave? I don't know. I know Leipzig know they're a selling club. Everyone that comes there and does a little something good, they leave. So is it a thing where you're trying to impress them? I don't know what's going on. But that's when Liverpool saw this, obviously, and then they got involved. Because before this, Liverpool was not involved, bro. It was us and Tottenham. Every single report was us and Tottenham. So they saw that, and then they got involved. Fabrizio came out February the 15th and said, Bayern have been added to the race. PSG are tracking him. Look at PSG. They got Doué, Cavascalia, Barcola. Are you going to go there to be the second in command and be... Obviously, a lot of footballers as well, they sit there and they feel themselves and say, I'm going to fight for my place. I long to be there. I don't care about competition. But some of them just understand. I'm going to go somewhere that's going to make it. All these clubs are top clubs. They're all in Champions League. Amad Diallo's my dog. Let me just go there. It's easier for me to just settle in 1, 2, 3. That's what I reckon. Or he goes to Liverpool to impress his dad. It's one or the other. This came out not too long ago about... This is from Bayern Space, so it's the Bayern Munich page. And it basically was saying something about he turned down Bayern. I don't know how true that is. This is Fabrizio Romano liking a post from a Man United fan club, putting up Diomande. So I don't know. It's all confusing, man. But they want 85 million right now, which is 100 million euros. We're saying, nah, bro, we're not paying that. No one is paying it. Everyone basically walked off. This is the list. Barcola's on it. I can't see Barcola leaving. Njai is obviously the second in command. You know we love a proven player. If we don't get Yan Diomande, we probably get Njai. And that's one thing that I'm rating about Ineos, is they always got a list of players that if you don't get one, the second one ain't really a big fall-off. That's the difference. So that's one thing you got to give respect to. Because even when you look at that three-man list, we've got Anderson, then you got Tonali, then you got Wharton. Any of them turn up at Old Trafford, you'll be happy. Any of them. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, if I'm linked with Wharton tomorrow and that's the one we're going for, I wouldn't even care. No problem. Let's go. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you got to respect it. So Yan Diomande, there's a big race going on for him. As you can see, Liverpool's involved as well. Bayern Munich, PSG. Who's going to get him in the end? No one knows. But Manchester United, as you can see from Fabrizio, are obsessed with him. They keep scouting him. This is March the 26th. I can show you articles from October and we're scouting him. Christmas Day, I just showed you lot. We can't stop shouting. Danielle came out and said the same thing. Yan Diomande is high on the list. Iliman Njai is also being mentioned for that position. And even this came out about Nico Williams. Look, Man United have added Nico Williams to their list of winners. Wingers. My man put an N instead of a G. Look, man put winners. List of winners. But anyways, Man United have added Nico Williams to their list of wingers. Yan Diomande is still the #1 target. That's a source in Spain saying they're looking at Williams as well, but Diomande is still the #1 target. So it's evident to see Diomande is the guy that we want. Ben Jacobs went out there the other day and he said, we don't know what the price is going to be. Same thing Fabrizio just said. It could be 80 million euros, which is about 69 million pounds, or it could be 85 million pounds and in this 100 million euros. Who knows? So that's the situation with Diomande. We'll see. Liverpool's involved. Bayern Munich, PSG. Where does he go? Nobody knows. We'll see. But I hope we get Diomande, man. And if we don't get Diomande, NJ, I'm still cool with that either way. And that's one thing I like about this transfer strategy is we just link to ballers left, right, and centre, bro. So it is where it is. We'll see what happened there. What else came out? So we had this as well. That came out. Obviously, that Casemiro. There's talks about him if he's going to sign again, and because everyone keeps singing 1 more year and all of that. Is he going to stay? Bro, he's came out himself and said, brother, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going. I'm not thinking about turning it around or nothing like that. Like, look, has confirmed he's not considering reversing his decision to leave Manchester United when his contract expires at the end of the season in June. Casemiro announced his intention to depart on the 22nd of January and has enjoyed an upturn in form. MLS clubs, Inter Miami, LA Galaxy are they're trying to sign him, but the fans are chanting 1 more year after his recent goals. But Casemiro insists his decision is final, and of course it should be. Imagine a club turning around and going, nah, you know what, we'll give you another year. They will look confused. That will be literally like, bro, they just listen to the fans. That's some Glazer thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they don't have no control. They don't have a plan. It's just whatever the fans want, they're going to go out there and do. So it's good to see that we're staying stern. Like, bro, you're leaving. See you later, brother. You know what I'm saying? Call it a spade a spade. Is what it is. Let's get a few of these chats, man. There's loads of it going on there. You lot are going mad in there. Geordie Saban, we'll give you the Garte 65 million. Fuck you now, blood. You lot are going mental in there. I honestly don't rate water in respect to anyone say I prefer Belieber. Need to sign replacement to JS. Mitch, what about 50 and throw Kobe in? Kobe won't come there, bro. It's too far for him. Newcastle's out the way, you know. That's why a lot of players don't like going up there. It's just so out the way. There's nothing over there. We'll give you Garte and 65 million. Also, Ineos don't give man the full fee. Exactly. Everything will be, yeah, it's true. And you know Ineos anyway, they'll try to pay that in installments. You'll probably get the Tonali money in like 5 years or something, bruv. By the time the stadium's at. It's crazy. Wait, bro, doesn't Xhaka score goals? Xhaka does score goals, but he's too old. He won't be on that thing there. Are hard to get at Newcastle, bro. Newcastle fans are hard to get at Newcastle. Yeah, need CB. The lit is good, but back problem. Bro, the lit is good, back problem. And then you got Lisandro Martinez. He's getting injured every other day. Maguire. Brother, when we start playing 2-3 games a week, bro, remember the West Ham game, he looked like he had a hamstring injury. And that was the first time we played 2 games in the same week, the West Ham game. This is what I'm trying to say to you lot. You know what I'm saying? Mazarawi got injured in that game against Newcastle. The second time we played two games in the space of a week. Bro, we need some new reinforcements, bro. These players, bro. We don't need Enrique right in front. For me, we need Carrick 2 years, steady the ship. More still, they can give a marquee coach in 2 years. We like Bilbao in that way. Newcastle's the biggest club for us, and I think that's why most fans online who are not actually from Newcastle go crazy when foreign players leave. Big up yourself, though. NUFC is probably one of the most logic Newcastle fans I know, though. Calm, takes it easy, understands what's going on. Got to respect him still, because I remember NUFC, when we was here in the summertime and all your players were getting pinched left, right, and centre, we were bantering, going back and forth, held it stern. So big up yourself, NUFC, man. And a lot of you lot, I'm going to mod up the place as well, man. You're just going to come to the chat one of these days and you're all modded. Majority of you lot know this already. Believe, you lot are getting mental in there. If we can convince Brighton for 40, 50 million, I'll take him as best first face. Yeah, but I reckon we still have to pay like a 65. I think 65 would be a good deal. Even though he's been poor and we won't be able to sell a player if they were that poor, I just think Brighton's Brighton. They're a selling club. They will somehow generals us. And the way they've been moving as well, we don't want to sell no one. We don't want to sell him until 2027. They're out here lying. So I just can't see it happening, man. I'll be real. Imagine we do Tonali at 75, João Gomez 30, or Fernandes. That's what I reckon we will do. If Ugarte goes for about 25 million. Ugarte goes for about 20 million, 25. Add on a 10 million, go get João Gomez, or 15 million and get Fernandes. That's what I reckon is going to happen. I'll be real. Amrin ruined us like he's saying. That's the thing, though. That's the good thing about it, is we never sign no players for Amrin. Everyone we sign now can play different positions, etc. That's the good thing about it, man. Because no one ain't sitting in there saying we got to get rid of this player because we bought him in for Amrin system or anything like that. Everything is literally, bro, we just need to, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, all the players we're getting are for Pacifics. The summer needs to be huge. We need to get 2 solid midfielders and squad depth because we have no one that can change the game from the bench. Exactly. So to have someone like Mason Mount, Cunha can start on the bench, have another striker. Why not? That's what I'm saying. That's what we need to be on. It's true. What's this guy on? Safe. Time out for them one there. Big up, Mets. Big up yourself, man. Hickey Cole, man. I hope you're good, broski. Michael Carrick all the way. Everyone's rating Carrick, innit? He steadied the ship. He done his thing. He lost his childhood club. Big fan he is. Why is it transition for players coming from French and Belgium league so swift, easy compared to other leagues? I don't have a clue, man. And I don't know why we don't take so much risk. We need to get some risk, man. Go for these players out of the thing, the Prem. If they come, just don't pay high fees. You know how we paid like 80 million for Anthony? Anthony, if we paid 30, 40 million and it flopped, no one would have cared. Look at Kudus. Ten Hag went back to Ajax and got Anthony over Kudus, which is crazy. But West Ham paid 40 million for Kudus. We paid 80 million for Anthony. That's where we took the L. But imagine we only paid 40 for Kudus. Come on, bro. We would have been laughing. We need to take risk a bit more, man. Can't we negotiate or propose swap deal for Casado or Baldi? I ain't been seeing no talks about that, to be honest with you. With Bayern, who deemed them too excessive. Yeah, I did see something like that as well. But yeah, I ain't been seeing nothing about that, so I don't know. I don't know. All I've seen is that Bayern apparently turned down Bayern, but I don't know how true that is anyway. Tonali and Baliba pairing, who's passing, breaking them lines, all Bruno, exactly. Tonali ain't it with, where's my Anderson? Anderson's not coming. He's going City, bro. I still wish we got Sesko. He's class. He needs more minutes for you. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't, the way Carrick plays, he just needs to get out of this Mbumo thing. You're always on this channel. I remember last summer I was always watching. Come on, always, man. You know what? Always here, man. You know the thing, man. Big up yourself, man. Do you know what I'm saying? France, Belgium, similar weather and physical leagues compared to Italy and the Sun. The best Prem midfielders are all from the French league. Anderson wants to go City. The best Prem, who though? Who would you say came from the French league though? That's the best Prem midfielders. De Bruyne never came from the French league, did he? Nah, he came from the German league. Who else? What's the news of our players who went on loans and prices? How are we talking? Who went on loan? Oh, Rashford, the only one, 26 million. The rest of them are all gone. Højlund, that money, they're going to pay it regardless. Sancho, he's leaving on a free. Garnacho, he's permanent. Anthony's permanent. That's it. Literally, unless you're talking about the young boys, that's all that's going on. Nah, 100% now. I've learned how to do it properly, bro. I made someone do it before and modded Man United. I'm going to mod up the place. Trust me. Don't watch nothing. You know the people that are in there. Elliot Anderson's a myth, Lucky. Don't worry about him. I agree. Carrick needs to work on Sesko. Yeah, man. He needs to take a bit more chance. But like I said, because we're going, Champions League is going to be a bit mad now. Let me show you the last bit of the articles and then we'll wrap it up. Man United are tracking Adam Wharton as a potential summer target. The 22-year-old, hold on. The 22-year-old, 22 is believed to be ready for the next step in his career and wants to move to a Champions League club. He is under contract till 2029, but given Palace's recent big sales, Elise for 60 million, Eze 67, a move could cost United a significant fee. United are monitoring several Premier League midfielders, Anderson, Tonali, Baliba, Scott, and Wharton. Bro, listen, Wharton is bottom of the list, mate. Yeah, a lot of people rate Wharton first and they think he should be higher, but when you look at the three-man list, he is definitely in the bottom of it. I'll tell you like that for free. Elliot Anderson's top. He's obviously dissed us and told us or made it clear he wants to go to City. Now we've made Tonali. Or maybe, or just maybe, we're playing a game. Maybe Elliot Anderson is still there and we're playing a game and it's like, you know what? Let's put everything in for Tonali. Because remember, when we went for Ugarte, Thing was playing games. What's it called? PSG. They wanted 60 million for Ugarte. Yeah, all in all, we was like, you've gone mad, etc. We're not going to give you that, blah, blah, blah. And then bam, what's his name came out of nowhere? Ornstein came out of nowhere and said, Manchester United are looking at Sander Berge. I don't know if you don't remember this. He put Man United are looking at Sander Berge, blah, 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 out of nowhere. And we're like, Sander Berge? Who is this geezer? Like, he's not all that. He used to play for Burnley at the time. We never wanted Sander Berge. You know what I'm trying to say? Look, the deal sheet. Look at that. Ornstein's one to watch. Man United considering Sander Berge. So this is when we wanted Ugarte. We wanted Ugarte. We spoke to PSG. Yo, bro, we'll pay 50 million in total. They wanted 60 million. They were trying to bump us on a different level. We came out here. Ornstein put a bomber out. Man United are looking at Sander Berge. They're considering him, blah, blah, blah. They dropped their money to 50. And then we paid it in all. That's what happened with Ugarte. So it could be a situation where they're doing that. You know what? Let's put all the reports out. We want Tonali. Let's make a little contact with these agents, these camp. Let them know that we want him. Put all the news out so Anderson knows that or whatever. Yo, we're gonna go for Tonali. Do you want it? Like, hurry up. Let us know what you want. Who knows? They might be playing a little game, man. Who knows what they're doing? Ineos are weirdos because even when you see what happened with Sesko, brother, none of us thought we were gonna get Sesko. Every single reporter got bamboozled. Man United have to sell to buy. They have to sell to buy. After Mbumo, they have to sell to buy. Every single one. And then we went and bought Sesko. No one knew how. Literally. Even Newcastle thought, they ain't got no money. Let's just put a bid in. It's done. They put a bid in. We came out there and more or less matched the bid. Is where it is, man. We'll see. Rashford. There's talks about him that Milan and PSG are in for him. If he doesn't go to Barcelona, because Barcelona also like wouldn't broke Barcelona are still complaining about their funds. I don't know, man. I think Rashford, he either comes back or they just sign him for the 26 million because we shaped on it, bro. We gave you a fee. We gave you a free loan. You don't have to pay us nothing. Just deal with these wages. If you want to buy him at the end of the season, just give us 26 million. You shaped on it, walked off. 6 months later, now you're talking about, nah, bro, we can't afford it. We're broke. But then again, you wanted to pay double that money for Nico Williams. 60 million release clause where you had to pay majority of the money up front. Make it make sense, bro. So we'll see. But as you can see, all the reports are saying if Barcelona don't trigger that money, we're going to go out there and just let him rejoin the squad. Amrin is no longer here. So we're letting all the reports come out there to say, look, Amrin ain't here anymore, bro. We don't mind him coming back. But let me tell you something. We don't want Rashford back. That's what the board is saying. And now we're going to be in Champions League. He's going to get all of his money up now. You see, remember, your wages get cut by 25% when you miss out on Champions League. So now he comes back. He's on the top notch. He's getting every single penny he can get. So we don't want Rashford. We don't want to give him that money. Trust me, I'll tell you that for free. But that's all the news, my people, man. I'll give you a 10-minute update around 9, 10 o'clock as we do every day. So make sure you got your notifications on. And that will have everything that you've seen already and anything new from now till 10 o'clock in that. So make sure you look out for it, my peoples. Appreciate all of you, lot, man. Make sure you smash the likes. Love, my people.
Someone select, pull up loco. You know we are mess, pull up mobo. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud. Can't touch down.